Hi, I'm Dan Kennedy. One of our members coined the term Planet Dan to describe a somewhat secret place that we inhabit that most people on Earth are unaware of, full of resources and tools and ideas that revolutionize sales and profits in businesses and entrepreneurs' life experiences. We gather on this planet, then return to Earth to plunder. Well, I'm not sure of that whole picture, but nevertheless, I want to welcome you to Planet Dan and congratulate you on making the decision to be part of our study and mastermind group. This is the only session where I'll talk with you in big, broad terms. After this, in each session, we will zero in on one key topic with very specific and valuable questions to ask yourself, new and different ways to look at your businesses, and practical strategies, things to do, things you can use and get measurable results from. For example, in upcoming sessions, we'll talk about the question of, what business are you really in? In this session, I'll show you the one single simple thing you can do to instantly make your business much more interesting and attractive to your customers, clients, patients, or prospects. You'll get ideas from me, Zig Ziglar, Starbucks, Domino's Pizza, and a couple fascinating clients of mine. In another upcoming session, I'll have a simple direct mail tool absolutely everybody can use. I'll show you a really bad example. I'll show you what I replaced the bad example with, and I'll tell you exactly how to use that single direct mail tool in the context of a systematic process to make certain you're reaching whatever goal you care to set for the number of new customers or accounts you get month by month, year by year. That's pretty big, isn't it? In another upcoming session, I'll reveal hidden value waiting for you in your present business and tell you exactly how to liberate it. I'll also give you the one number you need to pull out of your own business and use to make a lot more money. And I'll give you a Bill Glazer strategy for increasing profit with this number. Each of these sessions has been prepared and recorded exclusively for these study and mastermind meetings. All but this one includes visuals, examples, and an accompanying reference handout you'll be given to help you use whatever we discuss. Only members of these mastermind groups will get these sessions. Each session with me is between 7 and 10 minutes in length, concise and to the point. A lot is compressed in these sessions, so you may want to ask your advisor to play it a second time. Then it is up to your group to discuss the session and help each other put it to practical use. I believe I have two chief responsibilities to accomplish with you through these sessions. First of all, to hand you real, hard value, very specific, actionable, profitable ideas and examples. Second, and I think more important, is to be as provocative as possible to inspire and motivate you to think and to spark the group to think collectively, to talk, to debate, to prod each other, and to turn my brief, concise presentations into lively discussions that encompass every member's business. I very much want to hear from our advisor and from you that is what's happening. As a big overview, I'd like to quickly go through all the different ways you can think about and use the Kennedy-style marketing you're going to be exploring in this group. For salespeople or companies utilizing salespeople, or the entrepreneur who is also his own sales representative, our marketing is intended to do all of the following: replace prospecting, position the salesperson differently, get invited in with permission to sell, create a competitive vacuum, heighten readiness to buy, and shorten the sales cycle. If you happen to employ salespeople, this will also assist you in recruiting, keeping, and getting greater productivity from your salespeople. Now let me tell you a famous true story. I'm living in Phoenix. It's a weekday afternoon in July. It's somewhere between 115 and 230 degrees. It's hot, which for the purpose of this story, that's important. I'm inside in the kitchen, home alone. I had an office at the time, but I tended not to go to the office. I found it disturbed the staff. So I'm home alone, and I'm on the phone dealing with a client, talking about his marketing problem, which is infinitely more interesting than my own, when someone, uninvited, unexpected, unannounced, begins to bang on the front door of the house and ring the doorbell. He's loud, he's forceful, he's virtually shaking the house on its foundation, but I'm a very stubborn guy. I assume that it's some kind of pest. I mean, if you haven't invited anybody over and it's a weekday afternoon, odds are it's a pest at the door. During the recession years, we knew who they were because all the Avon ladies and Jehovah's Witnesses were carpooling. But anyway, I assume it's a pest. So I ignore the banging and the ringing and the banging, raise my voice a little, continue my conversation with the client, convinced that if ignored, the pest will go away. And he does, ever so briefly. He goes around the rear of my property. He climbs over an 8.5-foot high masonry wall with shards of glass embedded in the top to discourage this very method of entry. Comes down past the cactuses and the bushes, past the pool, past the spa, up onto the deck. He is now at the patio doors, banging on the patio doors with both fists with enough force to shake the house. I have my back to him sitting at the counter. He can, of course, see me. I am determined to ignore what now is the most incredibly annoying pest ever. I raise my voice to the point of shouting to carry on my conversation, but finally, I can't take it anymore. He wins. I turn around to deal with the most annoying pest, and it turns out that the reason he's there is all of the wood trim around the top of my house and some of the shrubs are on fire. We can only assume that some lunatic driving through the neighborhood has flicked a cigarette butt into orbit and it has picked my yard to land in. And of course, everything's a little dry and brittle. I think we had 15 straight days of 110-degree temperatures, and so literally everything that could burn is on fire. And the Good Samaritan, who has gone out of his way to try and save my house, who of course thinks I'm an idiot, he can tell I'm not deaf, I'm on the phone with my back to him, is now there as I open the door with a very important message: call 911, you imbecile, while I work the hose. Now here's what's instructive and important about all this. At that precise moment in time, he went from being the most annoying pest to the most welcome guest ever to visit the Kennedy household in Phoenix. And the reason is because he was there at just the right moment in time with just the right message. The exact opposite of what most people do with their marketing messages. Our job is to move from annoying pest to welcome guest. Now let me show you an extreme version of all this. This was developed for a client of mine, a top real estate agent. It's sent to people who respond to his advertising about possibly listing their homes with him before he or one of his in-house sales agents speaks with the prospect. We call it the bomb because it's intended to create an impression of shock and awe, and it does. This is not new with Craig. I've employed similar bomb strategies with lots of clients, including the shed shop, doctors and dentists, financial advisors, and many others. You'll find a lot of information on this subject of replacing prospecting with examples in my book, No BS Sales Success. For businesses, whether marketing to consumers or business owners, this kind of marketing lets you target your ideal customers and talk directly to them. If you use media to reach them, you'll learn why and how to use lead generation advertising rather than advertising your product, service, or business. This is also about cutting through all the clutter and standing out from the competition. This enables you to reduce waste in advertising and create more compelling messages. What can you say about yourself, your product, your service, or business that is compelling? Compelling means people have no choice but to pay attention. It grabs them. Maybe it makes a big, bold promise. Maybe it offers an amazing guarantee. Maybe it does both those things. It might target or flag a particular person or prospect, but it can't be plain vanilla, generic statement or slogan anybody in your field could use. Consider these real examples. Plain vanilla examples: professional golf lessons from a former PGA winner. Highest quality furniture at discount store prices. Now, here they are made more compelling. Former PGA winner guarantees you'll hit the ball longer and straighter than ever before after just 2 lessons. Designer quality, handcrafted furniture at prices so unbelievably low, your neighbors and friends wouldn't believe how little you paid for your beautiful new room if you told them. This is the kind of marketing adventure you're embarking on. You're going to discover how to reposition yourself and your business with more compelling, magnetically attractive marketing messages that give you a competitive edge and, if you wish, empower you to sell successfully at premium prices. You're going to learn how to get your messages given favorable attention by appropriate prospects. And you're going to see how you can increase the value of every customer or client you have and get. And you'll be working together as a mastermind group on all of these ideas and all your businesses.